I used to stock hair in a way that felt right at first. But after a while, I just kept noticing the same problem. Hair sitting there, not moving, not selling, and I didn't understand why. But now the way that I stock hair is completely different. And I want to talk about what actually changed for me. I know that a lot of wig makers are still doing the same without realizing it. So when I first started buying hair from my vendor, I used to buy hair from the lens of what other wig makers are selling. So I'll go on Instagram and I'll just scroll through all the contents that I am seeing on Instagram, and I'll look at the length that I could see. And from there, I'll order bundles based on the length that I see the most on Instagram. At that time, it made sense because I can clearly see on here what people are using the most, like the wigs and the length that people are wearing. And that's exactly the strategy that I followed. And obviously, I felt if it's working for them, it should also work for me because there's a reason why I can see all of these videos on my timeline. But after a while, especially dealing with raw hair, which is not cheap, I noticed that some of my bundles were just sitting there and no one was buying. It wasn't making sense because the quality of my hair looks good, the bundles look good, so I didn't understand exactly why people were not buying it. And in my mind, I just knew that something was not just connecting. That's when I realized that I was buying hair based on assumption, but not based on actual customers. And I know you're probably thinking, but what about me that haven't started any hair or haven't sold any hair? Don't worry, we're going to talk about that because there's a strategy for that too. But let's talk about the fact that you've already started selling hair. You're not selling consistently. You have a lot of stock just laying there. Let's break down the exact strategy that I use now that makes sure that I do not have dead stock and my stock goes quick. Even when I got the strategy right, I used to make a big mistake until I realized that that's not the strategy. One of the biggest mistakes was I would go on my Shopify. There is a section on Shopify where you can go on. It's called reports. I will filter to find exactly like the colors that sold the most. And what I will do is I'll look at the colors and I'll order hair from my vendors with that in mind. But even though I did all of that, the bundles were still sitting there and no one was buying. That's when it clicked. I always feel like when you're going close to a strategy, you go in stages and in steps until you literally hit the strategies. I should still be using my Shopify reports. However, what I now do is that I look at the most sold length. And I look at the pattern, like what length is selling the most? What is the least sold length that I have in the last 3 months? I always do the last 3 months because that's enough data for me to look at the customer behavior. And I filter through that lens and not through the color or the style of the wig. For example, if I notice that, okay, in the last 3 months, people are buying 18 inches the most, that is basically where I put my most orders when I'm ordering from my vendor. I know that is what people are buying the most from me. If I see the least sold length, I don't completely stop it or say I'm not going to order this length. I will just reduce my quantity. For example, if the initial plan was to order 20 bundles for each length that is doing well, when it comes to the length that isn't doing well, I will only order like 5 of that because I do not want to hold stock. So I focus on buying a lot more of the bundles that sell. And the way to find out is to actually go on your Shopify and then go on reports. Reports is under analytics. When you go, there's a tab on here that you can go on. You click on that and it's like a burger line. You click on analytics and you actually click on reports. So for example, if I show you my 90 days, there's a long list. I'm not going to go through that list myself. What I do is I'll export the list and I'll put it on ChatGPT. What I'll tell ChatGPT is I want you to look at my most sold length and let me know what length sold the most and rank them for me. So for example, if 30 inches is what sells for you the most, it's going to say 30 inches and maybe it's going to say 28 inches, then and maybe it's going to say 18 inches, and you're going to realize that there's a pattern. It's not going to be 30, 28, 26. No, it's going to vary. And this is why it's important to do this analysis before you order from your vendor. And if you want to take it up a notch and you don't want to write it down, just say, I want to order from my vendor and I want you to list this down for me and let me know the amount of bundles that I need to get from my vendor based on what I've sold in the last 3 months. And then it's going to list it down for you. But I'm just going to say this right now. I've tried this before when I said list this amount of bundles, and when I looked at the numbers, it was incorrect. So sometimes you have to go in physically and just review it because you're dealing with AI here. So make sure you look at it properly before you go on to give the breakdown to your vendor. Another thing is understanding what my clients needs. Clients understanding is really key. And if you don't have the analytics to actually look into that. What I currently do now is I offer consultation for a lot of my clients where I make them custom wigs that suits them, that suits their skin tone. During that consultation, I'm able to get a lot from them from just listening to what they're telling me, listening to what they prefer. And sometimes I go on to ask them, okay, why did you go for me? Why did you decide to choose this length instead of this length? And from what they tell me, I can literally understand that, okay, most of my clients prefer this length because of this. Because what you notice is that a lot of your audience are actually preferring certain lengths, which we're going to talk about soon. But from there, I'm able to pinpoint that, oh yeah, this is true. So you're validating what you already got from Shopify. When it comes to audience as well, this one is where if you haven't started a wig business before, if you're completely new to this is what you should be looking at before you actually order your wig. When it comes to audience, I've realized that not every audience buys the same way. So for example, when it comes to Gen Z audience, which I don't mostly sell to, they don't buy the same length that a millennial will buy. So for example, a millennial, I don't expect them to buy 30 inches long hair because most millennials, they just want a wig that wouldn't require so much effort. For example, if you have an avatar that you've written down and you have a name for your avatar, you have someone that you're thinking in your mind that is going to be your customer. If you're not sure what this is about, you can check out the video I'm going to link at the end of this. Basically talks about how to create your own avatar. Looking at your avatar's age, looking at where they are the Gen Z, at the millennial, this will actually determine the bundles that you should be buying for your first stock. So right now, I stock based on what my audience want. And this is validating every single thing from Shopify analytics to the consultation I have with my customers. And also looking at my avatar, I know that there is a story here. It makes sense, it's validating. So it confirms the accuracy of the breakdown. So here's a key thing. Even when I have money to stock a lot, I don't stock a lot. I only batch stock. When I say batch stock, I don't go out there and spend $50,000, $40,000 on hair. No, I batch stock. The reason I batch stock is that it gives me control over the quality of my hair, also control over where I buy the hair from without giving just one person the entire control of my business. So I always batch stock and I also split my stock between vendors. And I think the real takeaway from this is stop wasting money of just buying hair blindly. Honestly, you're going to have stock that will tie down your money. When you stop buying based on feelings, based on vibes, based on what you actually see on your timeline, and you buy based on customer behavior, the game changes entirely. And honestly, this is something I am still refining. This is something I am still learning. I am also still learning my customers on a deeper level, but I can definitely say that once I made that shift, every single thing changed. And also, it just makes it easier for me to be able to plan exactly when I can restock because I already know how long it's going to take me to actually sell out my stock. But I'm curious, what do you think sells the most for your customer? Mine is 24 inches. I sell out a lot of 24 inches. What do you think your customers buy the most from you? Let me know in the comments because it varies from person to person. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I don't even know what number we're on. I think we're on 22 or 23 out of 100. I can't believe that we are here. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your love, and I'll see you tomorrow.